Bro, you're such a weirdo. What is this track? It's so good.
I'm really surprised. But I like it that you can't pigeonhole it or say from what kind of era it is. So
No.
sounds like an 8-bit version of Sly and Robbie or
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ferrari, we love you. Keep on working. And remove all the stuff that you think that you need to do. Just do your thing. This is great. I like it. I don't know.
Who is it?
I don't know. He always sends me some stuff. I'm guessing he's from Israel because I see he's writing. He's writing in Hebrew in the chat. But I really like it. Have you read this book, by the way? The Subtle Art of
No.
Not Giving a Fuck.
No.
It's really one of the only not self-help book. You know, it's like it's kind of like you shouldn't read self-help books, but this is like a self-help book, and it tries. And I wish I would have read it. When I'm going back to Teresa, I wish I would have read it before. Is like the first thing he says is like, don't try. That's the thing he said. And he's talking about Bukowski, and Bukowski he says
Well, it's just like either you do it or you don't, but don't try. Or what is
no
it?
more than that. He's like, you never know. It doesn't mean if you do a lot. He says if you do a lot and you're giving your all energy on it and you run after it, you know, you never know where the success is going to come from.
Yeah.
You know, most probably not from where you think it is. You know, most probably I could have, in the same thing, would have sent you, Benji, the first release of Teresa, which was is one of the, I mean, tracks that I'm super proud of, and I think would have had a huge potential. And you would have signed it, and you would have made something out of it. You know, way more than I would have done with everything, because I didn't have I was so kind of full of myself. Like, I can do this. I have my own label now. I have my own imprint. I have this and I have that, and I didn't even finish it. Teresa was the best lessons that I did for myself. You know, it's like that I couldn't even finish the sales were so bad that I couldn't even finish the project. You know, I don't live by it, but I know that this was an important thing in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I can say now, fast forward a few years later, and shortcut, you know, for kids or whatever young producer that now work on a great track, send a couple of tracks, you'll get there. Don't send 100 millions of labels, you know, together. You know, believe in what you do. It's not about releasing. It's about believing in what you do and believing where it's going, you know?
And if you send demos, it's also important, at least to me, don't send 20 tracks. Send maximum 5, because otherwise I can't listen to all of them. Send the 5 ones you think that has the most potential or you like the best.
Yeah. And also don't write, I know this is for you and stuff like this. You know, this classic, I know you would love it. You know, this kind of vibe. We don't. Usually we don't. You love it when you get this email. It's like, this is
what?
It's like this. I know you open your mail and you look at the mail. It's like even today I got something nice, and it's like where was it? I wanted to read it to you. Boop. Hi, I have a cool track for your label. You know, it's just like specifically, and then they write your label. This is for you. Yeah, Rina is right. This is for you. You know Rina? He's doing a lot of stuff. I don't know. He needs to find a name. He doesn't too many names, for example. He does stuff. Choose one name, you know, and just
Would be helpful.
And send people. How many demos you get sent a day, by the way? I wonder, in a more professional way. Ballpark, more or less.
10.
It used to be more, or it used to be less?
It's always it's maybe a little bit more now with COVID.
It's interesting. And from that 10, I'm guessing you're listening to everything, because if you're sitting here with me and listening to music, then you like what you're doing.
I know, I have to admit that I can't listen to everything. I try, but it's not. Maybe it's more than 10. But,
yeah, 10 sounds, maybe 10 emails with a lot of tracks.
Yeah.
That sounds more possible.
Yeah, but it's also like people send me stuff on Instagram and on
Yeah,
Facebook and sometimes I just lose like the overview and it's like, oh, was it there or was it there? And maybe we should have
it's
like
like
a promo channel or
yeah,
something.
I think it's like it feels a little bit sometimes like this kind of obsession also from my side. I feel like an obsession sometimes. I remember when people send me everywhere, and I was like, "Yeah, click, click, click. I gotta listen. I gotta listen. I gotta listen." Then everything sounds the same. At one point, it's like so. That's my
How do you listen to your own music? Or no, when at what point do you think, okay, now it's finished?
I don't know. I let
You
go of it very fast now.
you take it outside because I usually just take my bike and then listen to it there and I have
Yeah,
a better feeling for the music instead of listening
yeah.
in
I
front of the
run.
computer. Yeah,
I
yeah,
try
yeah.
to
That's
run
the
with
same.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
When it's like a track that's like, and I'm like, it's giving me so much pleasure. And then if it's shit, I'm just like, okay, whatever. I gotta go back. I gotta go back in the middle of the run. But and I don't know. But this year's, I'm not taking myself too serious anymore. It's like musically, it's like okay. What do you feel like? How was your process of work in the last album that you did? You released it last year, no?
Yeah.
How
Um, yeah, it took quite some time actually. Now I got a little bit faster with the process and say,
Yeah,
okay, maybe because yeah, like everything, it's a matter of like mm, how often do you do stuff, right? And then you learn quicker and faster.
yeah.
And maybe even know more what you really like and or what you don't like.
I have to say that myself, lately I've been, I believe less and less in the EP life. It's hard. I mean, I believe in a real EP, like if you would say 6 tracks or something like this, in this kind of EP, which the tracks are talking to each other,
Yeah,
or a very good single with a couple of remixes could be great, or an album, a full album. I don't know about this kind of 3-track EPs. I don't know. I'm trying to think. There's no attention span for it. Also, if you guys have been releasing for a long time. Do you feel like the EP it still holds up?
I mean, yeah, sometimes because sometimes the B side is even doing better than the A side, or like the third track
Yeah,
is doing the better, and sometimes okay, sometimes it's hard to predict, to
yeah.
what
That's
track
exactly
is really
going back to
the
"Don't Cry."
one. Yeah.
Yeah, because you never
Um,
know where it's going to come from.
but it's also funny with the because Spotify now obviously is like a big player, and everybody wants to shorten their music to have it like
Yeah,
compatible for Spotify.
Algo,
But
Algo,
actually,
Algo House, I call it.
yeah.
I have
But
like,
we had the most success on Spotify with tracks that are 8 minutes. So
that's what
um,
people don't
it's there's no rule, or I don't know,
know.
just
There's
and
no
it
rules.
feels I feel liberated because now I think okay, I can do whatever I want, and let's see what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think we always could do whatever we want. For some reason, when a lot of money came into this from the DJ world in the last 5 years, 5, 6 years,
Yeah,
it's like, you start, planning your steps a little bit and see how you can get the most of it. But now, given the fact that we're 9 months in the house, I'm guessing,
exactly, and it changes the way that you do music, right?
yeah, but I make
At
shorter
least,
music not because
yeah.
I'm making shorter
No,
music, because I
yeah,
like shorter music.
yeah, yeah.
I can say
Me as
more in
well.
less
Yeah.
time now. I have more experience to say the same things I used to say before in less. That's what I feel.
Yeah, and you probably got more confident with your music and say, okay, it doesn't need that long or has so much elements in it.
Let's see what
Uh,
we get. Yeah, I lost you for a second. What did you say?
it probably has to do something that you got more confident with your own music, and you say, okay, I can leave out this and this elements and strip it down to the core, to the basics.
Yeah. I used to send my music a lot to people to get their feedbacks. And I still do to a couple key people, the music that I make.
Yeah.
I used to like this rush of waiting for people to answer, to tell you what they think about the
You
track.
liked it?
I liked the waiting part. It was like a kind of a self harm kind of way. It's like a
it's
sabotage.
horrible. For
Yeah,
me,
it's
it
like
was
kind of
always horrible.
sabotage kind of way. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, and I send it to people that that I trust
Yeah,
completely,
yeah.
but that I know that they're gonna tell me it sucks.
Yeah.
I miss doing it, but at the same time, okay, I'm not so hard on myself anymore. I guess it's the age also. I'm like, whatever. Okay, I'll be okay.
But if you like it, then
Yeah,
that's okay,
I
right?
feel good with it.
Yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
my last album, I felt good with
Yeah.
it. I
And
still
why
listen to it
there's no
sometimes.
reason not to.
Yeah. No, a lot of the stuff I didn't like. Like I didn't like, I was like, I'm too stressed to release it. Let's see what we got next. KMR.